This is why most people fail. They think they can skip the mind and still conquer the world. They think they can build empires on a weak foundation. They think they can win with a defeated mindset. But you can't outperform a weak mind. You can buy the courses, you can read the books, you can wake up at 5 a.m., you can hit the gym. But if your mind is soft, your results will always reflect it. Your actions are only as powerful as the mindset that fuels them. Your discipline is only as consistent as your mind is strong. Your dreams are only as achievable as your mind is willing to fight for them. If your mind is full of excuses, your actions will be filled with half measures. If your mind is filled with fear, your life will be filled with hesitation. If your mind is poisoned with self-doubt, your results will reflect that doubt in every corner of your life. You want to win? Strengthen your mind. You want to lead? Conquer your thoughts. You want to build wealth, health, and freedom? Master your inner world before you try to dominate the outer world. Your mind is the command center of your destiny. Everything you see in your life is a reflection of the patterns, beliefs, and standards you hold in your mind. You cannot outperform your identity. You will always default to the level of your beliefs. The world will test you, but your mind will break you before the world ever does if it is not trained. The struggle is not out there, it is within. The real enemy is not your competition, it is your comfort. The real obstacle is not the economy, it is your excuses. The real war is not with the world, it is with your weakness. Weak minds fold under pressure. Weak minds chase validation. Weak minds need the world to clap for them before they move. Weak minds get addicted to comfort. Weak minds talk big and execute small. Weak minds overthink and underact. Weak minds seek shortcuts while avoiding the real path. Discipline, consistency, and resilience. If you want to become unstoppable, you must build a mind that can handle storms, setbacks, failures, and uncertainty without folding. You need a mind that can take rejection and turn it into redirection. You need a mind that can take losses and turn them into lessons. You need a mind that is unshakable in its commitment and unstoppable in its pursuit. Discipline is not about forcing yourself to do what you hate. It is about mastering your mind so that you no longer allow your feelings to dictate your actions. Your feelings are temporary. Your purpose is permanent. Stop letting your temporary emotions sabotage your permanent goals. The reason most people live small lives is not because they are not talented, not because they don't have opportunities, but because they have weak minds that allow distractions, procrastination, fear, and excuses to run their lives. How many dreams have died because someone listened to their fear instead of their vision? How many destinies have been buried because someone chose comfort over calling? How many people live in quiet desperation because they never trained their minds to fight for what they wanted? You can't outperform a weak mind. If you want to change your life, start with your thoughts. Guard your mind like a fortress. Do not allow every opinion, every doubt, every fear, and every excuse to take residence there. You must become the gatekeeper of your mind. Protect it from the poison of negativity, scarcity, and fear. Your mind is like a garden. If you do not intentionally plant seeds of faith, discipline, vision, and gratitude, weeds of doubt, fear, and mediocrity will take over. The world will plant weeds in your mind every day. Social media comparison, news, fear-mongering, other people's doubts, your past failures whispering you can't. Your job is to remove those weeds daily and plant what you want to grow. Discipline begins in the mind. Consistency begins in the mind. Confidence begins in the mind. Purpose begins in the mind. You must win in your mind before you ever win in your life. When you wake up and don't feel like getting up, it's your mind that decides whether you stay weak or become stronger. When you face rejection, it's your mind that decides whether you crumble or grow. When you are tired and everything in you says quit, it's your mind that decides whether you keep going or fall back into comfort. Greatness begins with a strong mind. Edison's mind refused to quit after 1,000 failures. Lincoln's mind refused to fold after a lifetime of setbacks. Ford's mind refused to accept impossible when building the V8 engine. Disney's mind refused to surrender to bankruptcy and ridicule. These men were not born with superpowers. They trained their minds to align with their visions. They did not allow their emotions to sabotage their missions. They did not allow fear to imprison their potential. They did not allow excuses to destroy their destinies, and neither should you. Every day you are either strengthening your mind or weakening it. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, your mind grows stronger. Every time you choose faith over fear, your mind grows stronger. Every time you execute despite doubt, your mind grows stronger. Every time you choose consistency over comfort, your mind grows stronger. Do not wish for life to be easier. Train your mind to be stronger. Do not wish for opportunities to come to you. Train your mind to create them. Do not wish for people to believe in you. Train your mind to believe in yourself so deeply that it doesn't matter who doubts you. The strength of your mind determines the strength of your life. If your mind is weak, your discipline will break under pressure. Your dreams will collapse under criticism. Your actions will vanish under fear. But if your mind is strong, there is nothing you cannot build, nothing you cannot overcome, nothing you cannot become. Your vision requires a mind that can match its magnitude. Your destiny demands a mind that refuses to be enslaved by fear and excuses. Your potential is waiting for a mind that is ready to lead it into reality. You can't outperform a weak mind, but you can build a mind so strong that your life becomes the evidence of your mental mastery. You will not rise by accident. You will rise by intention. You will rise by training. You will rise by discipline. You will rise by controlling your focus, your inputs, your beliefs, and your actions. Do not be a slave to your feelings. Your feelings are visitors. Your goals are your mission. Your mind will argue for your limitations if you let it. It will whisper, "Not today. You're too tired. You're too busy. You're not ready." You must learn to respond. I am not negotiating with my old self. I am becoming who I must be. That is how you win. That is how you build a life worth living. That is how you build a legacy worth leaving. They will tell you to work harder, but they won't tell you your mind is what's blocking your work. They will tell you to hustle, but they won't tell you that your weak beliefs will sabotage every effort. They will tell you to want it badly, but they won't tell you that wanting is nothing without mental strength to back it up. Listen carefully. You will never outperform your identity. Your identity is the thermostat of your life. If you believe you're average, you will sabotage anything that rises above that level. If you believe you're unworthy, you will repel opportunities that prove you wrong. If you believe you are weak, you will fold under the pressure that was meant to mold you. So many people live in a cycle of temporary motivation and permanent self-sabotage because their mind is undisciplined, their identity is fragile, and their focus is scattered. A weak mind will look for validation, not progress. A weak mind will seek comfort, not growth. A weak mind will avoid discomfort, but discomfort is the only place where real growth happens. A weak mind will beg for shortcuts while ignoring the road that leads to true transformation, sacrifice, consistency, and relentless personal accountability. Do you want to break free? Then you must rewire your mind for resilience, for discipline, for faith that does not bend under pressure. You must become the kind of person who does not need perfect circumstances to take action. You must become the kind of person who executes without motivation. You must become the kind of person who keeps moving when others stall because your mind is trained for the climb. Do you think David Goggins waits for motivation? Do you think Elon Musk waits for permission? Do you think Michael Jordan waited for someone to tell him he was good enough? They train their minds to be stronger than their feelings, stronger than their excuses, stronger than their environment. Your environment might be loud, but your mind must be louder. Your excuses might feel real, but your mind must focus on results. Your fear might scream, but your mind must whisper, "We move anyway." Stop letting your mind be your prison. It must become your launch pad. Your mind must become the weapon you wield, not the weight you carry. It must become the hammer that builds your dreams, not the chain that ties you to mediocrity. It must become the fortress that protects your purpose, not the sieve that leaks your energy through fear and distraction. Every time you hit snooze, your mind grows weaker. Every time you delay your mission, your mind grows weaker. Every time you make an excuse, your mind grows weaker. But every time you rise when you don't feel like it, your mind grows stronger. Every time you execute while afraid, your mind grows stronger. Every time you keep your promise to yourself, your mind grows stronger. Strength is built in the small, invisible decisions no one sees. Consistency is forged in the moments you want to quit, but don't. Discipline is sculpted in the silence of your self-talk when your feelings scream to stop. Remember this truth. You don't get what you want. You get what you tolerate. If you tolerate a weak mind, you will live a weak life. If you tolerate excuses, you will live a life of regret. If you tolerate comfort, you will live a life of quiet desperation. If you tolerate inconsistency, you will live in confusion and chaos. You must raise your standards. You must decide that your mind will be the strongest part of you, not the weakest. You must decide that your thoughts will align with your goals, not sabotage them. You must decide that your beliefs will empower your actions, not cripple them. You think it's your environment. It's your mind. You think it's your resources. It's your mind. You think it's your circumstances. It's your mind. When your mind is strong, you find a way. When your mind is weak, you find an excuse. When your mind is strong, you stay consistent. When your mind is weak, you stay stuck. When your mind is strong, you take action. When your mind is weak, you overthink. When your mind is strong, you see challenges as opportunities. When your mind is weak, you see challenges as threats. You want to change your life? Change your mind first. Reprogram it with discipline. Reprogram it with gratitude. Reprogram it with focus. Reprogram it with high standards. Reprogram it with daily actions that align with your goals. And understand this, building a strong mind is not a one-time event. It is a daily practice. Just like your body, your mind requires training. Just like your muscles, your mind requires resistance to grow. Just like your stamina, your mind requires consistent pushing beyond your comfort zone to expand. This is the work most people avoid, and this is why most people live small. They will go to the gym, but they will not train their thoughts. They will work on their business, but they will not work on their beliefs. They will talk about their goals, but they will not reprogram their minds to align with those goals. That is why you must become different. You must become the person who does the hard inner work. The person who asks, what limiting beliefs am I carrying? What excuses am I entertaining? What fears am I allowing to dictate my actions? Where am I lying to myself? You cannot outperform a weak mind. You want to become unstoppable. Build a mind that cannot be broken by circumstances. Build a mind that is committed to your goals regardless of feelings. Build a mind that executes daily. Build a mind that is clear, focused, disciplined, and grateful. This is the path to true success, the path to true freedom. Because a strong mind creates consistent action. Consistent action creates momentum. Momentum creates progress. Progress creates results. And results silence all doubt. Doubt dies when results show up. Fear fades when you act in its presence. Excuses evaporate when you execute anyway. If you want to silence your doubt, build a strong mind and take action relentlessly until your results speak for you. Your mind will tell you to slow down. Don't listen. Your mind will tell you it's too hard. Don't listen. Your mind will tell you to wait. Don't listen. Your mind will tell you to stop. Don't listen. Listen only to your goals. Listen only to your vision. Listen only to your purpose. That is how you win. That is how you break free from the prison of a weak mind. That is how you build a life worth living. You can't outperform a weak mind, but you can build a mind so strong that your life becomes your message, your actions become your proof, and your results become your legacy. And if you want to master discipline, consistency, and build the mornings that will shape your destiny, watch this next video right now. Your future self is waiting for you to take command of your mind, your habits, and your destiny.